So welcome guys back to another video in the channel. We are doing another episode of Arsenal Transfer News Daily. Today we had a little break, but today we are back again with a lot of news. And we are going to be discussing whether Julian Brandt will be signing, because Michael Zorc has come out and said that Brandt is not for sale, looking at his quotes. Also, there's some reports saying that a deal for Emi Buendia is close. We're going to be looking at that. And also discussing whether Lucas Torreira will be a fit for Arsenal as he's set to return on loan from Atletico Madrid. And looking at the future of Alex Lacazette as Mikel Arteta has spoken on it. First bit of news is on Emi Buendia. As some reports, some ITKs out there are suggesting that a deal for Emi Buendia has been agreed. I just want to tell you guys, because a lot of you guys are on these Twitter apps and all these things, and you've been seeing all these ITKs, random accounts saying that a deal for Buendia has been agreed. I just want to tell you now, I've got no information personally or from any reliable sources, because I have had a little fact check at this and I've had a little look into this. There is no such case. A deal for Buendia has not been agreed. Whether it is close, I can tell you that a deal is getting closer for Emi Buendia and Arsenal. You know, Arsenal have been negotiating. There is interest in the player, and again, it's a matter of, you know, whether Arsenal can get the deal done. It's not been agreed yet, but talks are ongoing. It's running smoothly, and I think in the next few weeks we will find out whether a deal for Emi Buendia will happen. We are firmly now into the January transfer window, and Emi Buendia is a player we have been looking at to improve our attack. The emergence of Emil Smith-Rowe has been affecting things, you know, in terms of who the sort of player Arsenal are going at. You know, Bissouma has been linked as well, and he's the sort of player that would partner Partey and Smith-Rowe play ahead of. Now, whether Arsenal will still go after the likes of Buendia and Isco because of Smith-Rowe, it remains to be seen. There are some reports saying that Arsenal won't go after Isco. We have done a video on him today to go check that out as well. But again, with Isco, it's going to be very interesting to see where they go after him. Because of Smith-Rowe, some reports saying we won't. It's the same with Buendia. Some reports are saying we might not go after him anymore. I just think we still need an attacking midfielder, whether it is in Isco, Buendia, or Brandt. We'll look at Brandt in a bit. But because, you know, you can't rely on a 20-year-old Emil Smith-Rowe to do everything for us. It's just not, you can't do that to a youngster. It's just not how we're supposed to work. And, you know, you can't put that much pressure on a player. And I think in terms of Emi Buendia, he's a player I think I'll take right now. There are reports saying that his price has been dropped to around £10 million. If that is the case, I'll definitely, you know, say brilliant, let's go get him. Daniel Farker did speak on Emi Buendia, and he did say that he's our player. We're going to do everything to keep him, basically what any manager would say about this player, essentially. So there's nothing too special, and it does look like for now Emi Buendia will stay at Norwich. But again, as I said, things can change very quickly, and I think if Arsenal want to up their interest, they will do it very quickly. I think for now Arsenal are looking at shipping off players, and then maybe the business is done later towards the window. I don't like the idea of that, because I want Arsenal to be proactive and get their business done early, and then leave the getting players out to a bit later in the window, because I think that's where we can, you know, get players out quicker, because, you know, of situations with the clubs and with the players. So yeah, that is the news, that Emi Buendia, a deal is getting closer. Still negotiations on, nothing agreed yet. That's the one thing I want to stress. And Farker said he's not going anywhere, but things can change very quickly, and it's one to keep an eye on. Next bit of news is on Julian Brandt, as Borussia Dortmund sporting director Michael Zorc has talked about the Julian Brandt Arsenal rumours. He said that no one has contacted us, there is nothing on the table at the moment from Arsenal, and Fabrizio Romano did add that no negotiations or talks open to sign him in January at the moment. So at the moment, there is nothing on the table yet from Arsenal about Julian Brandt. So far it's speculation and rumours. No one, because Zorc said no one has contacted us, I think I would believe him in this instance, because I think if he did, you know, because if Arsenal had contacted him, then I don't think he would say that explicitly. I think he'd try to beat around the bush a bit more. So I don't think Arsenal have gone in for Julian Brandt yet. Whether we will, it's a case remains to be seen, because there were reports suggesting that Arsenal will go in for Brandt in the summer and try and get players out, or maybe bring in someone like Isco for now, and then go after a main attacking midfielder in the summer. Those reports I think I tend to lean to, because it's something that it's an Arsenal-like thing to do. Find a stopgap and then deal with it later. It's something Arsenal do a lot with players and with scenarios like this, and I think with Brandt, it will be very interesting to see whether we go into. It's a situation that we do need to look at, because, you know, whether you know, Dortmund will sell other players they have, like Jadon Sancho, for example, and whether they will, you know, look to try and sell him. Michael Zorca said he's not for sale. He said that in a quote later on, which I don't have at the moment. But again, you know, if Arsenal come in for a concrete offer, because he was an unused substitute in their latest game, he is not playing for at the moment, but because you know, Dortmund aren't needing him. They have a lot of good players on their hands at the moment, and I think if Arsenal did come in for him and they did contact their camp, whether Brandt will be tempted, that's something we looked at earlier as well. We said that he wanted the Arsenal move if Arsenal came in for him, and I think then it would be a struggle for Dortmund to keep a hold of him because they aren't playing him. He's not a regular for Dortmund at the moment, and someone of his age, 24 years old, really wants to play football, and Julian Brandt, I think, you know, wants to play. So Arsenal can offer him now. Arsenal, obviously, the creative problem that we do have, it's been solved at the moment through Emil Smith-Rowe, as I mentioned earlier. Whether his emergence will affect transfers remains to be seen. I don't want Arsenal to use that as an excuse though. I want us to go out and do the business that was planned. Arteta has said that transfer plans haven't changed yet, but again, we'll just have to see how this January progresses, whether Arsenal do sign a creative midfielder or not. But I think this Brandt deal is one to keep an eye on, because I think it could be on the back burner. Something we do later on. I don't want Arsenal to do things later on. As I said earlier, I want them to be proactive, but again, it is how it is. And you know, for now, I'd probably take someone like Buendia Close, and maybe in the summer we go and sign someone properly, because it's so hard to do business in the January. People think we're going to overhaul a squad. It's not that easy. But I think with this Brandt deal, Michael Zorca said no one has contacted us, he's not for sale, and that is the news on Julian Brandt. Next bit of news is on Lucas Torreira. Reports are suggesting that Arsenal will recall him from his loan at Atletico Madrid. Now, Lucas Torreira is a player who obviously went out on loan on the deadline day as we signed Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid. It was a separate deal done. Arsenal tried doing a swap deal sort of thing, but Atletico didn't want it. We ended up paying Partey's release clause, and we gave them Torreira on loan as a replacement. Since then they went and signed Kondogbia, I believe, from Valencia to fill in Partey's spot, and Torreira hasn't played a lot of games. He's said to be unhappy at the moment, and Arsenal will recall him. Now, what Arsenal will do after recalling him is put him out on loan again. Who will that be to? I'm not too sure, but I have a feeling it will be to some Italian club. He is very, very highly rated in Italy, and I think a lot of clubs around there would want him. AC Milan, Sampdoria, Fiorentina were all linked to him last summer, and Fiorentina's manager, I believe, or their sporting director, was the same at Sampdoria when Torreira was there, so the links are good in that respect, and I think it's a deal that I think will end up happening. I don't see Torreira staying at the moment, but again, with the managerial situation, whether Arteta will still be here or not, that could all change. It's a very difficult one, because Arsenal, you know, with the squad numbers we have a lot, so I don't see how Torreira would stay, because he's not been a success under Mikel Arteta's reign and tenure, and I do think Torreira will leave in the January to another club. I doubt he'll stay, but again, he is set to return to the club and be recalled from Atletico Madrid. It should be announced very soon. I don't see him staying there any longer, because he's not very happy and he's not playing a lot of games either. Next bit of news is on Alex Lacazette, as Arteta has said that there hasn't been any talks yet over a new contract. We are going to have a quick look at his quotes from this now. "We have not talked about anything related to his contract," said Mikel Arteta. "I'm delighted with the way he has performed, because he is scoring, has the form and energy at the moment, so he needs to keep doing that. We'll talk in the summer and make a decision then." So Arsenal will be waiting until the summer to make a move for Alex Lacazette. Very interesting stuff there. Lacazette has scored 5 goals in Arsenal's last 4 games and was hugely influential as Arteta's side made it 3 successive wins in the Premier League on Saturday with their convincing victory at West Brom. He scored twice in the second half, adding to the first half strikes from Kieran Tierney and Bukayo Saka to cap another excellent all-round performance. "He was great," said Arteta. "He needed that confidence with the goals. His work rate is always there. He's always fighting for the team, and he needed that luck for the ball to land to him in the right moments. I think he's in a great moment. We have to take advantage of that and give him minutes, because he seems like he's enjoying it." So that what Mikel Arteta has said about Alex Lacazette. Now again, Arsenal did set out this policy when a player had under 2 years left, they were going to make a decision on his future. Arsenal have done that with Lacazette, sent him out on loan. It looks like he has no future at the club. But with Alex Lacazette, it's a very confusing one, because before this good run he had, in which he scored 4 in the last 3 games, he's not really played, and he's not really had good form and consistency, and I still think we have to sell him, because I don't think he's a player that's going to be consistently very good for us. He has little patches of form, and then Arteta does something dumb with him, like drop him when he's playing so well. It's something Arteta does a lot, and he did last time. Hopefully this time he's learnt with it and plays him, because I think that's very important for us in this moment, that we do keep playing the players that are playing well and benching the ones that aren't, because that's what's going to give us consistency and form going into January, February, March, and towards the end of the season, and in the Europa League campaign as well. But in terms of Lacazette, Arsenal will wait until the summer before making a decision. He will go into the last year of his contract, not the situation again. I would rather we just sell him in the summer or now. If an offer comes in January, I really think Arsenal should consider it and try and sell him. Roma were interested last summer and we rejected it. I think there was something between a Diawara Lacazette swap deal, Torreira Diawara, something like that, and Lacazette I think will leave. I think he has to, but yeah, that's just my opinion. Leave your thoughts in the comments section down below. So that's it for today's Arsenal Transfer News Daily. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comment section down below. See you guys in the next one.